it's a maximum, but now when I don't chicken.
Very good evening to all. So, just a brief introduction. I'm Anit, the chartered accountant, okay, who is practicing in UAE. So, we thought we will have a seminar on the recent opportunities for finance professionals in UAE due to so much compliances which has come recently come in, like corporate tax, anti-money laundering law. So people are just joining. So we'll wait for another 5 minutes. So during that time, if you have any query, we can have an open discussion or anything. You can ask in. I'm speaking in English because there are some people from North India who has also joined. So if you want, we can ask. You can ask a query in any language which you see. And just before, as the people are joining, we'll use the time. If you have any query or something, we can discuss. Yes. Good evening, Umesh sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, good evening. Sir, the people are just joining, so we'll just give 5 more minutes to let them join. Good evening, Siddiq sir. So, yeah, Faris CA is asking me query. So we'll just discuss this query. Meanwhile, let the people come. What is the scope of CMA USA? Qualified, having knowledge, and VAT and corporate tax in UAE. Yeah, perfect. So, Faris is asking. He has done USA CMA. So how can he? I think how can he acquire the knowledges relevant for UAE and can get jobs? Sir, I'll tell you, if you are looking, I think you will be knowing about OECD guideline. That is an organization for economic cooperation and development. And there was one more thing, G20 nations has brought a thing called BEPS, base erosion profit sharing. I'm telling about international taxation. Okay, so UAE cabinet has decided to become a part of BEPS, base erosion profit sharing, and because of that joining, a lot of changes is coming in UAE because they are still in the gray list of European Union nation. If you see, there is a list that these are transparent company, these are opaque countries and all. So UAE is still in the gray list of the European country. So that's why they have introduced the corporate tax and all those things. So they don't want to show a tax haven. Now I will tell you the thing is that the changes has just been brought in. I think it started from 2018 with the VAT and excise tax and some changes. So even those people who are working there also has to acquire knowledge. It's a new thing. So CMA is a course in which you have a very good deep knowledge of management, accountancy, and all those things. So if you can imbibe corporate tax, because it's a learning everyone has to do. Because I am a chartered accountant, I had to learn UAE corporate tax, or I am still learning UAE corporate tax because it has no connection with Indian Income Tax Act. Or if you see UAE VAT, it has very little comparison with Indian GST. All has to learn. So there is no such preference that if you're a chartered accountant or an ACCA, you have preference over others. I don't think it is there. One who can learn will be the best one to tap this opportunity. And Faris, if he can honor the skill of which one of UAE VAT and corporate tax, there are enormous opportunity in UAE. I'm telling enormous opportunity because I'm practicing there. I myself can see the changes which is happening in the financial world, and there are enormous opportunity. Faris, just as you are a CMA, you can definitely have a very good future in UAE. Yes, Siddiq sir, it's fine. Can we start?
Yeah. There are some students already are there.
Yeah.
And they're waiting for some time. And no, the latecomers can join later, right? So we can start. So I'm sorry, I'm a bit delayed because the net problem and all. I hope that Anita already introduced himself. Am I audible?
Yeah, perfect. Carry on.
Okay. So Anit is a chartered accountant. He has, by the grace of God, has enormous experience both in UAE and as well as in India. So at present, he is working in UAE. He's practicing there. So he know that, on hand experience of UAE, what they require about VAT, corporate tax and all other financial compliances. So please try to listen to him. And I request everybody that to sit until the end of the webinar. Because it's very useful for you. This is hands-on experience he is going to explain to you. So please listen. This is good for you. Okay, so I wish you all the best. For the very good session for all of you today. And I will hand over to Anit to continue. Please.
Thanks, Siddiq sir. So I think this is, I don't, as Siddiq sir told, I will just give a brief introduction of what are the changes in, I think those who are not speaking is better to mute. Okay, so what I will do is that I will just go through what are the recent changes which has happened in UAE and how finance professionals can use this opportunity, and what are the various opportunities which are available. And see, there are enormous opportunities. I'll tell you about this thing, and what are the drawbacks we as an Indians are facing over the, because the situation has changed now in UAE, and it's very important that you should have the relevant knowledge to go there and get a proper job, because in almost all the interview they will ask you about UAE VAT, corporate tax, and all those things. So, sir, I'll just tell you as a finance person, UAE had two eras. One was before 2018, and other is after 2018. See, before 2018, it was fairly easy. There was very little financial compliances which has to be done. So only some listed companies in DIFC. DIFC means Dubai Stock Exchange or Abu Dhabi Stock Exchanges was doing the audits, or those company which were having a very good big bank exposure loan were only doing audit or maintaining books of accounts as per IFRS and all those things. Now the situation has changed. From 2018 onwards, UAE is going into another sphere where they want to become a formal economy with proper compliances, with proper things, and also additional revenue. That also is there, because taxes was an additional revenue to the government. So I'll tell you what they have done from 2018, VAT and so many changes. I'll just tell you about the recent change which they have brought out is UAE corporate tax. UAE corporate tax has been implemented from June 2023. That is, it's just 2 months old. So what opportunity we have is that every company, every LLC company in UAE has to register for corporate tax. So registration means like we have to take a PAN card, they have to register. So once you register for corporate tax, then you will have to file your corporate tax return. You have to file your corporate tax return annually. How can you file your corporate tax return annually? You can file your corporate tax return only when you have proper financial statements. So, and there was a cabinet decision, ministerial decision has been given by, pronounced, in which they want adequate financial statements. They're just not telling financial statements. They want adequate financial statements. So what is adequate? Adequate is the financial statements which is prepared as per IFRS. So by this phrase, they have made mandatory for all the companies to prepare financial statements as per IFRS. Now see a situation in a company, in a country where there were no requirement earlier. or people, if you want to argue it, in letter it was written that in statute it was written LLC company has to do audit, but people were not doing, because like in India we have Ministry of of Accounts filing and all. There was no filing and all, so people were not at all doing, except some big companies and all those things. Now what it has done is, there has been you have to prepare your financial statements as per IFRS. And now what is IFR? What financial statements you have to prepare? Balance sheet, profit and income and expenditure account, cash flow statement, statement of changes in equity, or it has to be prepared for your proper filing of corporate tax return. So here lies the opportunity. This is where the people of UAE right now want those people who are good in financial knowledge, who has knowledge of corporate tax and UAE VAT, because corporate tax and UAE VAT works in tandem. They cannot be just bifurcated. A person who wants to do corporate tax has to have some knowledge about UAE VAT, and UAE VAT person who has to some knowledge about corporate tax. So this is the opportunity which we have, and I will just introduce to you what are the recent changes which has recently happened in UAE. I think someone is put. I think it's repeating. I don't know why it is coming back. Echoing. Is it echoing for you also?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead. No issue.
I think some is coming back to me. 1 minute.
No, here